Hi there, it's Martin Sadler from Dent-Remover, and today I'm going to be talking about the Edge and the Fender Pliers. Now I use these tools a lot and I'd like to show you a few techniques that I've picked up because it might help you in your repairs. These are both great tools and an asset to any dent technician. So let's go and take a look what each set does. These two tools look very similar, but they have very different purposes. The top set are called Edge Pliers and they are mainly used for repairing door edges. The second set are longer, they're called Panel Pliers and they're mainly used for repairing wings and bodyline areas on the panel. Both sets come with adjustable feet, making them a lot more comfortable to use when you're working on uneven surfaces. We'll take a look at the Edge Pliers first, and I'd say you've got a maximum workable reach of about 50mm, which is more than enough for working on a majority of panel edges. And then looking at the Fender Pliers, these are obviously a lot longer than the Edge Pliers, and I'd say you've got about 80 and 90mm worth of reach on there, and that's enough to repair the majority of bodyline dents on wings. Something worth pointing out on these Edge Pliers is this area. You've got to go really careful on the back of the doors because it's quite easy to catch the panel and scratch it. So it's always worth taping the back of the door up. Ideally the edges could be rounded off like on the Fender Pliers. I think that would be a lot better. But it's certainly not a big issue, just something you need to be aware of. Another thing, if you've got big hands, be careful on the Edge Pliers because you'll catch your skin and it hurts. Fender Pliers, again, they've been rounded off, so you're not going to catch much in there. So here I've got a test panel and I'm going to share with you a few tips that I've picked up when repairing panel edges. So this is typical damage on a panel edge, something we're asked to repair on a regular basis. And this is where the Edge Pliers come in. This plastic bullet tip comes with the Edge Pliers. We're taking it off and we're starting the repair with a KECO rectangle blending tip. The reason why I like starting off repairs with this tip is because the face has a large contact area, so for every pull on the pliers you're lifting up a lot more metal. So even though this tip is designed for blending and not for panel edges, adding it to these pliers will help you bring up panel edges really smoothly and quickly. And you're not going to damage the sealer on the back of the panel. Another great tip I like to use on panel edge repairs, and it's this one from VIP Tools. The contact area on this tip has a slight radius and it's polished. Because the surface area is smaller than the KECO tip, every push is a lot more precise, and again, using this tip you're not really going to damage the sealer. Okay, I'm going to put the plastic tip back on and I'll show you what I mean by damaging the sealer. When you buy the Edge Pliers, they come with this tip. Doesn't mean to say that you have to use this tip to do your repairs, because if you do, you can really damage the sealer at the back, and once you've chewed this part up, you're not going to be able to repair it afterwards. So it's always worth trying out different tips. But if there's no sealer at the back and you want to really pinpoint your pushers, it's a great tip to have on there. Okay, you've lifted up the panel edge really nicely, but you're left with this shallow, low crease. To repair this area, I switched to a whale tail type tip. The amount of force that these pliers give with this tip on is incredible. If you're not careful, you're going to split the paint really easily. So it's always best to cover the bladed area with some Tezza tape. This way you're not going to scratch the inside of the panel and it'll lift up the crease really nice and evenly. Okay, so how much power do these Edge Pliers give you on a panel edge? Let's take a look. And that's with one hand, not even trying. These have so much torque, they'll easily push through 2 or 3 panel skins, no problem. Okay, we've had enough fun with the Edge Pliers. We're now going to take a look at the panel Fender Pliers and let's see what they can do. Welcome to the second test panel of the day, and we've noticed that it has a small dent on the wing. So before the Fender Pliers came out, a lot of technicians were using the Edge Pliers to fix wings. you couldn't quite reach the bodyline, whereas these fender pliers will easily cover the bodyline area. For the few people that haven't seen these in action, I'm going to give you a demo on this wing. This damage isn't going to be hard to repair, but first, just for comparison, this is how far the edge pliers would reach. I'll just make a small outward dent on this panel. And then using the tool for the job, the fender pliers, let's see how far these will reach. Again, making a small outward dent. So you can see that if you have any type of bodyline damage that you need to repair, these fender pliers will be all over it. A great design feature on these pliers is it's got a curved body, and this is so you can easily move them around the panel without fouling against the wheel. And just for a comparison again, we use the edge pliers, and you can see it's quite difficult to get in there behind the panel, and we're touching the wheel. Bearing in mind that this vehicle is on a ramp, if it wasn't on a ramp, it'd be extremely difficult to get these pliers in. Okay, it's time for another demo, but first I'll just tidy up this panel and get rid of these outward dents. These fender pliers are precise and powerful. They're an extremely useful tool for fender wing bodyline dents. You're able to lift up the damage without the worry of blowing the panel edge out. Because of the longer arms and its design, you get a clear view of the area that you're repairing. For uneven parts of the panel, you have 2 feet which are fully adjustable. This wing was repaired just using the supplied plastic bullet tip. Okay, so that's my personal review on both these sets of tools. They're an excellent addition to any technician's tool cart, and I hope this video has helped if you don't already have them. Okay, that's it now for these 2 pliers. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, because it really helps my channel grow. But for now, thank you very much.